Hail, hail, everybody. Welcome to the Legion of Memers Meme Stream Saturday. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Good. It's great to have
Pretty
you on,
well.
Jason.
It's great to be here. It was a long road to get here. It started out years ago via guerrilla marketing with Gary Beekler being unable to pronounce horror amarata. So every time that she'd chat him, I would just pause and go, "I think I can't pronounce her name." And then I started looking, and I started recognizing all your names in the chats on NFT and so forth. So that's my road to get here. So it's wonderful to be here. It's great to be here.
It's awesome, man. You know, we all started in chat at some point. My original start was probably on Tim Pool, and then I went everywhere from there. I was always in Adam's chat for a very long time, and so I totally get being from chat to being on screen. It's a totally different animal.
Definitely. It's great, but it's wonderful to be here. So thank you.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. I'm sorry it took so long for us to get the whole thing set up.
I do take offense with the thumbnail for the episode. So now I want to make a few things clear. You can put me in. You can put me as Princess Leia, but it's not Memorial Day yet, so I would not be wearing white yet. So that's not good.
And save Leia, but I thought I'd be nice.
Now, and Leia might not shoot first, but I will. So just watch out.
So we're just gonna get started with intros and then get on to the show. So Devil Made Me Do It. How you doing this week, man?
Good. My name's Devil Made Me Do It. Nalik3 on the Twitter. If you like memes, check me out. Have to confess something. Last week I wasn't honest about my life story. You know what happens.
What is it?
Yeah, I know.
So your name isn't really your name. Oh my god, God.
Yeah, everyone fibs about their entire life story every once in a while. My real name is Charlie Bucket. I live in a small town in England. I know you're probably asking why I sound American. Two reasons. One, I'm 1/16 Native American, and two, girls around here really dig foreign accents.
But are you gay? Are
no.
you gay? Are you telling us? Are you telling us that you're gay?
No. I recently.
What's with this English accent? Prejudice, much Oculus. Jeez.
I recently found a ticket in a candy bar, and now some strange single dudes trying to offer me a free tour of his factory and a lifetime supply of candy. It seems legit.
Is it Jeffrey Epstein?
Make sure you bring a parent or grandparent with you if you go there, because it doesn't sound legit. It's very sus.
I found out that my grandfather, who claimed to be bedridden and frail, actually not only can get up and walk around, but dance. And which really upset the rest of my family, since we've been living off cabbage water for 3 years when we had a fully capable male in the house to pitch in. But yeah, just figured I'd cover it.
Wow, dude, that sounds exactly like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You should sue, dude. Like, seriously, they took your life story.
I don't know about this chocolate factory, dude. What?
CJP, how you doing this week?
Hold on a second. I want to bring up something. I heard that factory has illegal immigrant labor.
Yes, many, and they're all short. It's very weird.
But it's diverse. You can't deny that.
What's the violation? I mean, I've heard it's just nothing but riddled with OSHA violations left and right.
Oh yeah, no one's wearing a hard hat. There's no safety gear. They lose like 2 or 3 little dudes in the chocolate pool every day. It's sick.
I think I saw an article on Twitter said that eating chocolate was racist. So
I'm sure.
Reading while not being POC is racist.
I didn't read.
All women are racist now.
I didn't read far enough down to figure out why, but just take it on good authority, people.
So that's why chocolate tastes terrible in America.
Yes, little
apparently they put wax in chocolate here. Did you guys hear about that?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, apparently they put like tiny bits of wax inside some of the chocolate here in the States.
But what happens if we eat white chocolate? Do you call yourself racist if we eat white chocolate?
Oh,
I'd have to ask them. I wait to tell what the elite tells me before I make up my mind. So I'll let you know once they pronounce on that. I'll get back to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
if it's not racist this week, it'll be racist next week.
I'm waiting for use of electricity and use of the internet to be racist, and at that point, either this will all quiet down because they'll follow their own hectoring, or they'll begin to second guess their logic. So it's just a matter of time before using electricity is racist. So hang in there.
She goes.
CJP, how you doing this week?
I'm good. Just had my complete Bond themes drop last week, and that's been tracking pretty well. I'm over 300 subs finally, so I dropped a track on that last Saturday. I actually found it on the Memestream as Clinton had subbed on it to push me over the 300. So
Hail Clinton.
Yeah, it's doing good on there. I'm over on E-Tip of Queen's channel Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, although we're not tonight because they're out at the Horror Hound convention out in Cincinnati. But other than that, doing good. And just ready to, talk about stupid Hollywood stuff. Because
Nice.
they do it a lot.
Nice.
On the reg. Daily.
So True Pop Culture, how'd your week go?
Pretty good. Just uploaded my John Wick review, Critical Drinker Star. It's only 4 minutes long, so if you're interested, please do check that out. I do reference some light spoilers, nothing major. And yeah, I gotta say I've enjoyed the movie. I think it's the best sequel. Obviously the first one is still the best story-wise, but I think this is easily the most fun and entertaining John Wick movie yet. It's so beautiful to watch, so fun. You'll smile like a kid in a toy store watching it. It's that fun.
I'm very excited to see it. That's
yeah,
awesome, man.
and after all the movies like Cocaine Bear, like Ant-Man, like Shazam, it's all those mediocre movies, and it's just a breath of fresh air just to watch, something with high energy at least. I'm True Pop Culture 7, here to laugh and think about pop culture stupidity. Yeah, keen to get on with the show.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And if you guys go to True Pop Culture's channel, go check out his review, but also check out some of the other videos he makes, because he makes some pretty funny videos about people in the Fellowship, and I think he deserves more attention. So go follow him, give him a like, and enjoy those videos. Oculus, mate, how you doing?
Pretty well. Good weekend. Well, actually, I don't know about good. More like a crazy week. Like, oh my God, so much news going on about like Disney and Victoria Alonso, but we'll get into that. I mean, oh boy, that's something.
Jumping the gun, yeah, absolutely, man. We're definitely going to get into everything that's
yeah.
going on in the pop culture nerdy world, because at the end of the day, most of us, if not all of us, are nerds. Might be for Star Wars, might be for Disney, might be for Marvel, might be for... Doesn't matter. We're all nerds at the end of the day, which is great. I love my peoples. Horny Alf, how you doing, mate?
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm feeling good today. Horny Alf. You can find me on Twitter, dropping memes, political and pop culture commentary. When I'm not here on the Legion stream, you can find me on Vets Talking on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, and on Ballbusters on Friday nights on Dermy Wormy's channel. So,
Where you got?
but I won't be able to stay too long today. I got some stuff I got to do around the house, but I'll be here for a few minutes.
Sure, mate. No worries. Stay as long as you need. Family life always comes first in the Legion. And we have a very special guest, Jason Sandberg. Jason, do you want to let the people know who you are, what you do?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm a comic book artist, writer, and I did a black and white indie comic book in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was critically acclaimed, but not marketed very well because I had no budget for marketing. So I did about 9 issues of Jupiter in the 90s. About two or 3 years ago, as creators like Ethan Van Sciver were showing what can be done with the crowdfunding as a vehicle to get comic books out there, it occurred to me that crowdfunding is more direct than the direct market, and that and so you don't have that barrier of the brick and mortar comic book shops being concerned about taking a risk on indie books. And I think I myself am part of I think, a growing renaissance of independent comic book artists and creators that are using crowdfunding to get their books out. So my first crowdfunded book is Jupiter. It's on Indiegogo. It launches on March 30th. And you've got the Indiegogo page up there. And I appreciate anybody that wants to please, go and sign up, because the book is 95% done. And so it's going to launch March 30th, and I'll be fulfilling before 4th of July. So I'll be fulfilling in June. So this would be a crowdfunded book where you'll be able to get the book very quickly. I'm just doing final touches on the artwork. And then the other enticement is that the first 100 backers of Jupiter are going to receive a genuine non-prize, not to be confused with a no prize. This is a non-prize. So you'll want to sign up to be one of the first 100 backers. The book itself, it's basically the beginning of a new universe, and it centers on a family that's fleeing a family tragedy. They go to a cabin to kind of reboot their lives, get away from the world and recharge, and then a revolution and an alternate dimension crashes into their world. And as a consequence, the young lady who's the main character, she now has the ability to go anywhere, right? And she's got to decide between fight or flight. Is she going to stay? Is she going to flee the humdrum world where she's got a sad life? So there's that dramatic tension there. And then as a consequence of that revolution, there's a little refugee. So the family adopts the refugee, and obviously other people want that refugee. So she begins to go on this heroic journey where she has to decide, do I stay and fight, or do I run away? And then using the abilities that she gains from this event, she begins to strategically weaponize those abilities. And she has to go through the journey of when is it okay to act in self-defense? When is it okay to act in defense of others, and so forth? So it's a ground floor creation of a new superhero universe. So I encourage you to check out Jupiter.
That's awesome. We in the world that we're living in now, I think helping out people who are trying to make content should be a pretty big priority. Of course, it doesn't come before your life. Right. Take care of you and your family first. But I think when we see new creators out there who we like and we enjoy, I think it's up to us to help them out, because nobody else will. And it's a shame that such talent is put by the wayside because of big corporations.
Well, when companies like Disney and Marvel and DC are collapsing, it's the indies that will be the up and coming.
Absolutely. And Jupiter is very life affirming. There's diversity, there's creativity, there's humor, there's drama, but it's very life affirming. It's not negative. It's not pessimistic about humanity. So I think it's a good life affirming adventure. And one of the fun things about doing this was I got to teach myself Adobe Animate. And like a lot of people, I grew up watching cartoons, Thundar the Barbarian and so forth, loved cartoons, never had a time or a reason to learn how to do animation. So as part of marketing Jupiter, I created a bunch of like little short clips in Adobe Animate. And making those clips was almost as much fun as actually making the comic book. And I've been sharing them on Twitter and YouTube and so forth. And if you want to take a spin, we could take a look at one of them. But again, they were very fun to make and should be enjoyable.
Awesome. I'll bring one up now. It's actually it's funny that you're learning new things while making more new things. It's exactly what I try and do. I haven't done anything with Adobe yet. I'm poor, so I don't use free programming. CapCut is my friend. I use my thumbs for everything.
Right.
But it's all baby steps. If you want to do something, go learn how to do it, guys. It's yes, it might be hard in the beginning, but it will get easier. I can promise you that. So let's check out this video. You said you made this with Adobe?
Yeah, Adobe Animate. So I took my artwork and I moved it around, created layers, moved it around, and then on Adobe stock you can get like for $30 on Adobe stock, you can get like 10 royalty-free songs. So I went through their catalog, and I found a bunch of different songs to use for my little video clips. So I hope you enjoy.
Awesome. Let's play it here, guys. Go check out Jason Sandberg's YouTube channel to see the rest of it. We just have shorts right here, but he has full videos up as well. And
inter-
my internet's a booger. It's not me. It's the internet, man.
Sure.
Invest
That's
in
not
better
bad.
internet.
You boomerang it.
Disney's trying to squash the messaging here. They're trying to slow us down. It's not going to stop us, people.
You can't stop the signal,
Oh my
Mal.
God. Oh, okay. Let's try this. Is there a way to move forward in these shorts?
Not really.
Or
So if you go to, I guess if the shorts aren't working, if you go to the main one, the video, there's one called compilation or Indiegogo trailer. That one you could play and then pause if it gets to be too long. And yeah, that one right there. Perfect.
oh, that's really cool. I like this.
Thank you.
You said you did this on your program.
Mhm.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the advantages is I'm doing the artwork, and obviously in Photoshop, you've got all these different layers, and you maintain the different layers so that you can go back and edit things, right? But then when I got into Adobe Animate, I realized, hey, I can take these layers in there and manipulate them. So in terms of creating the animation, just doing the artwork for the comic book was like half the work. So when I got into Adobe Animate, it was just a matter of putting them on layers and moving them around. So again, and what you can see here, you may have noticed there's a fair amount of variety in my art style. So I'll kind of adopt my art style to fit the needs of the story. So this one's kind of got an old time kind of Disney animation feel to it. Others are more like Silver Age Marvel comics. Others are more like Zap comics and so forth. So I've got different parts of my personality, and I try to fit the artwork to fit the story, serve the story.
This one's giving me a
Dude,
very Where the Wild Things Grow vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. This
I
one,
love how you got the shadow on there too. That like your attention to detail is fantastic.
so this one right here, it's part of this is a 4-page little short story inside of Jupiter. So Jupiter's 40 pages. There's a 24-page main story, and then there's 16 pages of short stories. This one's a 4-page story. It's a parable. This young boy hears a noise outside his window, and he looks and he sees this dragon tail. And being a little adventurer, he decides, I'm going to go figure out what that is. So he's going through the city at night, and he's seeing glimpses out of the corner of his eye of monsters, dragons, and huge King Kong creatures and so forth. And he's persisting to find out what is going on in the middle of the night. So it's a good little spooky story. It's only 4 pages, but it's a good little parable.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you mind if we continue with the video?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see like your other art. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I can see the Jack Kirby resemblance in there.
So in the world of Jupiter, the characters read comic books, and so that kind of gives the seed as the story progresses, as these threats occur, they begin to form the response to it. The main character forms a response, but kind of mimicking the comic books. So this is a Jack Kirby inspired character that exists in the world of Jupiter as a comic book character. His name is Captain Kleinbottle, and so it allows me to kind of play around with the coloring style, and you can see the screen printing, the dots and the artwork and stuff like that. Just fun to be able to mix different art styles together to create that experience of a comic within a comic. A lot of fun. So this section of the book is kind of the closest thing to the memes. This is a section of the book. It's like 4 pages of these little 1 or 2 panel little vignettes. And what I'll do is I have an idea or expression or a turn of phrase. I'll write it down, and then I'll try to do a drawing that kind of matches with it. So if you get Jupiter, there's a couple of pages that have good little like 1 panel gags and so forth. So hope you enjoy.
So basically, when you made the comic, you threw some of your own style memes in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, that's thinking, guys. And when you make something, throw some memes in there. Everybody will love that.
So lined up there, those are the main characters in the book. There's the Captain Kleinbottle on the top. He's like a Flash Gordon type hero inspired by Jack Kirby. There's Brenda. She's the main character whose family is in the cabin. And if you read Jupiter, you're going to follow her journey from just being an ordinary teenager to becoming a superhero in a world that doesn't have superheroes. And then there's obviously elves. And then there's a cat down there. That cat is a little pest. It's my version of Garfield or Heathcliff. If you read Jupiter, that cat keeps showing up, causing all kinds of mischief, just as kind of a background character.
That's really cool, dude.
Unintentional forces of chaos. Gotta love it.
Yep.
And if you guys want to see more, make sure you go to his YouTube channel, check it out, drop a like, subscribe. And if you like anything in particular, take the link, go retweet it on Twitter, tag Jason, and let him know what you think, because that always helps all of us creators. I'm going to put the tags in the scroller at the bottom there, so make sure to go follow him on Twitter, and the Indiegogo campaign is over there as well as the YouTube. There you go.
And then just a reminder, go sign up, because the first 100 backers are going to get a non-prize, not to be confused with a no prize. This is a non-prize. And then can I talk about a few other comics before we go to the news of the day?
Yeah, for sure.
So about a month ago, Dark Horse released this OGN by Mike Barron. It's a book about Nexus. So Nexus has been around since the late 70s, early 80s. I want everyone in the sound of my voice, whether or not you've read Nexus back in the 80s, 90s, or early 2000s, or you're new to the character, go pick this up. It's very important that we as readers and lovers of comic books tell people like Dark Horse, make more of this. So go support this, go pick it up. It should be, if it's not at your local comic book shop, ask them to order it, published by Dark Horse. But we got to send a message to Dark Horse. And then another book that kind of flew under the radar last year is this one called A Trick of the Light by Ali Fell. So Ali is a animation artist, and she did this OGN, and I think she's from England, but this is likely the most beautiful book I read last year. And let me just pull pages out here. So she kind of draws in this traditional 1960s good girl art style. And the story itself, I mean, the characters are beautiful and incredibly well done, but it's kind of like a little Twilight Zone episode. So this is something that you're likely not going to walk into a comic book shop and find. Disney, Marvel, they're likely not going to publish something like this, but this is one of the most beautiful books that was published last year. So it's called A Trick of the Light by Ali Fell. Go find it. I think she's selling them online or on her Etsy site. I highly recommend. But again, something that corporate America is not going to give you. You've got to go seek this out. And when you find something like this, it's beautiful. Spread the word.
Absolutely. And I am Superman if he wasn't scared of green rocks, leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers. If you guys did not catch the show on Tuesday, we had a show with Chrissy Mayer, which was the first kind of its kind. And if the video does well and people like it, I will try and do more shows during the week. Unfortunately, I have a full-time job. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but I will do my utmost to try and make it a set time, and that way everybody can be there and get some good guests on. Hopefully, we'll get some people on who create and have them share their ideas, just like Jason here, letting us know the programs they use, what processes they use, because I want all of us to get better as creators. And if you don't see something that you want out there, create it yourself, and that way we can have more of this out in the world. That's the whole point of the Legion, just to get better and grow as we go along. Now, speaking of things that are not getting better, y'all heard about Disney. What's happening at Disney?
Well,
I
Victoria
know a few of you
Alonso.
wanted to get.
Yeah.
So anybody want to tell me exactly what happened?
She's fired. That's what happened because of a breach of contract that happened.
Oh, you know what? Really quick,
She
I
got
do
the
apologize.
spooked.
Yeah.
Very important. We do need to thank chat for being here because without them, we would not have a show. So, hail, grumpy old ninja. Hola, hail, Legion of Memers buffering. Is that like an emoji thing or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I need to be able to catch you a bit more. More bit. I never get to catch you guys live. Well, today I may get to it if I can finish fast enough. No worries. 38 seconds, man. 38 seconds. Hail, Skirmitar. How you doing today, bud? I was watching the full Aussie this week. And of course, as always, I died in the intro, which seems to be a running trend. I guess that is my place now. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining here. We spoke about you, Clinton, earlier. Thank you for bringing CJP's channel up past that threshold. We got the wonderful, lovely Sherry in chat. Thank you so much for dropping everybody's links in the chat. I really do appreciate you. I wish I had like 4 more arms. So the people that help, I am very, very grateful for. We have Grumpy Old Gamer in chat leaving an algorithmic arrival annotation. Do not make me say that 10 times fast because I will not be able to do that. We got Keely Chow. Hey, hell.
Keely's
How you
everywhere.
doing? We're good. I'm sorry?
Keely is everywhere.
Yeah, man. We got WOP, or should I pronounce it as one word?
Don't.
Okay.
Steer clear. Disavow.
And again, thank you, Sherry, for doing things on the back end. That really, really does help me, and I appreciate you. So I apologize for that interruption, but I really did want to thank chat for being here because I love them. So back to Victor. Go ahead. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah, Sherry's cool. I see her in a lot of chats. And then she said to smash the like button. If you're AI, smash the like button with all 6 fingers.
So anybody want to tell me what's going on with Victoria Alonso? Because I've heard multiple things going on. Apparently, she was fired for breach of contract. Did you guys hear about that?
Heard about it, yeah.
I think it's a cover story. I think she fucked around and found out with Disney losing the tax status.
And the speech.
It's multiple things. Like Disney is failing because of the woke, but they're not firing her because of the woke.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Do you think they're firing her for the collateral damage from the woke?
I think
that
broke.
and that speech that she gave, talking about like trash talking Bob Chapek. I mean, that's like the straw that broke the camel's back. Is that speech she made?
Sure.
And I think
speech?
if Ant-Man didn't fail,
something.
she wouldn't
what
have.
Speech?
It was a stupid speech at some kind of GLAD event. Really cheesy, really corny. But I don't think she got fired for that. She could have said, "Oh, white people are evil" or anything like that, and she still wouldn't have been fired. I think this firing has been after the failure of Ant-Man. If Ant-Man didn't bomb, I don't think we'd get any Victoria Alonso news of firing. They had to fire someone. If a project fails that badly, they have to get people off the ship. And it landed on her because it was the most obvious choice because the VFX, the whole VFX was under mainstream scrutiny. So the fringe minority, like the Legion or people who complain about the wokeness in media, it's more so the mainstream criticism that VFX is garbage in Marvel movies. Like that's literally everyone's view, and that kind of peer pressured them into firing someone, and this was like the most obvious choice when Ant-Man failed.
The VFX thing didn't used to be an issue. They used to have good virtual virtual effects, but the problem is that they upped how much crap they're putting out, and they were pushing these virtual effects studios to the limit, and with unrealistic timelines. And of course, when things look like crap, so
Yeah, I don't think it was only the unrealistic timelines. I think a lot of people, they put in a lot of work for these right. They did a lot of the VFX side did a lot of work, and Disney kind of cut that out. So like they do the work and then they completely cut out the majority of the work.
Yeah.
It sounds like they just weren't starting from a good scripts, and they were trying to make it up as they go, and that was causing all those issues with those with the wasted AI effects, and then having to rush and so forth. So I think it's because they didn't have a good plan, didn't have a good story.
Well,
Can't-
pretty soon-
So do you guys think that this is going to change things, or do you think it's
No.
going to change things in the future?
I see this as like a 2% change, but when I see them changing like 5 years. This is just like a little bit of a fall guy for that.
Yeah. They're not clearing house. They're essentially kind of like, essentially, okay, we've been failing. It's her fault. Get out. That's. It's not like they're making big changes or anything like that. But there's
But when you get-
definitely chaos
if
behind the scenes.
if they were trying to if they're trying to change, if they actually were trying to do something to clear this out, they obviously can't just do it with mass firings, because then they're going to get the backlash from the wokies. They'd have to do it slow, they'd have to do it methodical, and they'd have to get rid of have other reasons, or at least covers
But you're
of
gonna
why they were firing people. So it's not necessarily that they're not trying to start to purge some of the woke, hoping to pull themselves back. It's just we're not going to know till actually stuff
April.
starts changing.
because April's going to be the month. It's going to be like this bloodbath going on around April. So be prepared for what's going to happen. Like, who knows? It might fire certain people from Lucasfilm or more at Marvel. Who knows?
Yeah, she might just be the first domino, but I'm not going to hold my breath, because we've seen with these companies, bad choices don't change their trajectory. They just make other bad choices. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Thank you, Clinton, for letting me know I closed a whole bunch of tabs on my computer. Hopefully that fixes the roboting. I do apologize. My internet is not fantastic, as we've experienced earlier on in this stream. Fletcher Williams says, Victoria Alonso, we need more women and representation. VFX artists, lady, we just want to get paid and eat. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Their focus has just been so skewed for the last 15 years. That it's just now that the chickens are, quote unquote, coming home to roost on this stuff.
And now she's suing Disney.
Good.
Yeah.
She
Let
does.
me go through the timeline. So first, Marvel came out. Okay, we didn't give a reason last time about why we fired her. Yeah, it was this breach of contract. Yeah, this was it. Maybe she did actually do it, but I don't think that's the main reason why they fired her.
Well, they had to get
I
they had to get Al Capone on tax evasion, so
Yeah.
they had to
Yeah,
find whatever they could find to stand up in court. But yeah,
Exactly.
go on. I interrupted you.
That is a great point. And then her lawyers responded, "Oh no, that is BS." And then they said, "How dare they hire a diverse lesbian woman?" Blah 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 blah, essentially making it into a PR nightmare. And then I think Marvel threw shade again at her, and then she countered back, "Okay, I'm going to sue." So it's been this like back and forth, and it's been absolute disaster. It's like watching a dumpster fire, really.
Well, not only that she's suing Disney, you got another lawsuit going on around the Alkalite creators.
Yes,
suing
there
Disney
is
as
that.
Well, there's
That's
two
embarrassing as
lawsuits
well.
in development.
What's going on with that? I don't know anything about that.
It's more so Lucasfilm. There's like a Star Wars series called The Acolyte. It's set before
Right.
before the prequel series. It's like a High Republic. If you've heard of those comics, I think it's in that era.
Isn't
With-
that the
And,
one that the former assistant to Harvey Weinstein's doing?
Yes, that lady. Yes, the former.
Leslie
I like
Headland.
the yes. I like that we remember her better. The former assistant to Harry. You
Okay,
kind of
you
remember
guys
that
can
whole
remember
shit.
her that way, but I remember from the Jungle Book, the live action Jungle Book when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
She needs to be labeled with that every time she's talked about.
She escorted all the actresses down the hallway and led them into the lion's den, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the couch room.
Uh,
Oh
Wow.
boy. Yeah, I don't know how she still has a job.
These people
Yeah,
always
so that
what's the
series.
music
And there's
saying?
like this prominent producer. I can't remember exactly what she did. She essentially had like a choice between going to Apple for some series and Lucasfilm. She decided with Lucasfilm, but then Lucasfilm said, "Hang on, well, no, we found someone else. Never mind. You didn't need to move all the way here to our headquarters. You can go away now." And she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna sue, because this is just unprofessional." And that's kind of out in the open now. And you can see like Lucasfilm is unprofessional. So yeah, I think that's what that lawsuit is based on. She's like demanding compensation for that series. I don't know what producer it was. I can't remember the name. So whilst you have that going on, apparently Victoria Alonso is going to have her own lawsuit, which is funny.
I watched her speech. I think it was the GLAAD Award speech, and I just picked up the sense that she's just a radioactive person, just radioactive, and anything she touches is just going to get incrementally worse. So I think someone said, grab the popcorn, because it's going to be entertaining watching them go back and forth about with virtue signaling and her whatever insults she's going to lob at Disney and false accusations and so forth. It should be interesting, or at least
Wait,
entertaining.
Yeah, I think April 3rd, I think is going to be like the earnings call or something along that. Because I think that'll be an interesting day if they explain all of that.
Mhm.
So enough with the bad stuff. Let's just talk about something good. So how many of you
season
guys
3?
have seen John Wick?
Me.
Fourth
I
one.
haven't.
Okay, so basically this is going to be a spoiler-free part of the video, but I found this, and I love special effects, and I love like the process of movie making. Like, it really intrigues me, although I have no experience, never went to school for it. I'm just learning it on my side stuff just for fun. But I wanted you guys to check this out. That is what it sounds like with no special effects, no audio, no nothing. As a stunt guy getting thrown down the stairs.
This
And
is a
then-
great exercise. You could just see how you can change the tension of a scene by putting different music to it.
Yep.
Like, put something tense, it'd be great, but if you put something comedic, it makes the
Yeah.
whole scene different.
Yeah, and if you like
And speed
play
it
it
up.
toward, yeah. If you like play it towards the end, they're all like go to check on him, like, dude, are you okay? Like, that was a pretty dangerous stunt right there. So it's just like, and that shot, by the way, was used in the film as well. So we're probably proud of him for that. But thanks for jumping off the escalators, mate.
So you
Crazy.
saw the movie. Do you want to give us a spoiler kind of overview of it?
Yeah. Okay. So I'd recommend seeing the video if you haven't already for my full thoughts on it. But what I would pitch it as, it's the best John Wick sequel. I don't think it's better than the first movie. I don't think he'll ever beat the first one in terms of story, the kind of emotional depth that one has. But I have to say that this film entertained me, and very few movies do that these days. And yeah, I came there to have fun, and what I got was extreme amounts of fun. I would say some really beautifully shot. I really like the music, but that's because I'm kind of kind of electric music kind of guy, and there was a bunch of that in there. Yeah, real high energy, real filmmaking, quality filmmaking in this film, and yeah, I'd recommend a watch. Whether it's on a big screen or wait till streaming, it's definitely brings a satisfying conclusion as well to the John Wick films, and yeah, I can't wait to see it again. Essentially, I'd like to
Oh,
see it
you're gonna
again.
go. This is definitely like a rewatchable kind of movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one word. If I had one word to describe it, it'd be fun. Absolute fun.
Well, that's a
essentially.
refreshing change of pace compared to what we're normally used to.
Yeah, I don't think like there's there are stuff you can criticize about it, like the amount of times John Wick gets hit by a car in here is frankly ridiculous. He should be dead a million times over, especially with the bulletproof suits and stuff and whatnot. There's little stuff that doesn't make logical sense, and probably because I like to write scripts, like like to pick things like that, but because the film entertained me so much, I kind of I can forgive that. I can just enjoy it. But if it's like a piece of shit like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, for instance, I can't ignore the writing. Essentially, if you entertain me, I'll forgive you. Okay, if you have like great cinematography, great music, great action, I'll suspend my disbelief. Essentially.
Hey,
I think that the thing that I liked about the first John Wick is that it came out of nowhere, and it was a kind of fully formed universe, but it was completely unexpected and totally enjoyable. And it from what I hear, there that the internal rules of that universe, they're holding true to it, and that it's that if you can accept that in this world these things can happen, they get away with things that you couldn't get away in a normal movie. But definitely enjoy the first one.
yeah, no, I very much enjoyed the past couple of movies that I saw for John Wick. I like the action, I like the gunplay, and knowing that Keanu worked his butt off to get the gunplay as realistic as possible really makes me want to see the movie. I like seeing the effort that was put in for these films. Hey, Dermy, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine, perfectly fine. I had
Are you
internet
sure?
issues.
You sure there, buddy? You're not feeling a little chest pain?
You want to know what my response to that is? Let's get this party started.
As long as you don't take your shirt off this time, I think we'll be good.
I don't take my shirt off on the main stream.
No,
Now,
do it.
Skinamax or my stream, that's another story.
Nah.
Okay. Thank God.
Yeah, too. Just so you know.
Huh?
I did see a tweet, by the way, that Keanu Reeves did like 90% of the stunts in the film, which is just crazy because he gets hit by cars a lot.
He's old, man. He can't
I don't
get
know
hit
how
by
old he
cars
is.
that many times. Be okay.
He's in his either late 50s, early 60s.
He's
Just
not
like
as
Tom.
old as he's not as old as Tom Cruise, and he's doing all his.
Yeah.
I still need to see John Wick. I'm watching it next week.
You haven't watched it yet? Oh, good.
I've been
Another
working.
one. The benefits of watching films earlier. I like.
Some of
I
us
like.
don't. Some of us
Mr.
aren't lucky
Bragger,
like
man.
you.
Yeah.
I watched it on Wednesday, so yeah.
Don't make me take my shirt off.
Take it off.
No, we're
The other
good.
good
We don't
thing I watched-
our eyes.
Picard season 3,
Right.
the 6th episode was nothing but total shit porn. The entire episode.
Yeah. I've finished watching it before the show, and yeah. There was probably some thingy references to previous seasons of shows. I recognize Geordie and then Data, but I think there was like when they were talking about the ships. Okay, that reference has probably flown over my head. I think there was one for Voyager, one for the original series, right? The
The
Kirk
USS
Enterprise.
Voyager, they had the USS Defiant. They had the USS New Jersey, which was one of the original 13 Constitution class ships from the original series, but never actually got screen time. And then, of course, the Enterprise A from Star Trek 6. and the HMS Bounty from Star Trek 4, which they stole the cloaking device from.
You'd be shocked. I ain't hungover. I finished.
No, he's just heartbroken.
Yeah, that's true. I finished this whole bottle last night, and then I started this bottle. I feel great.
I hope we get drunk.
Well, I was drunk. Here's the thing, though. There's this magical tool called greasy fast food, and you always eat that after drinking a lot.
It coats the pathway.
Yes, it does.
And we also have Kenzo popping in. How you doing, Kenzo?
How you doing, boys?
Good,
I got my times mixed up, so sorry for being late. It's normally on. Yeah, it's normally on at 9 for me. I don't know what happened.
Kenzo,
times change. By the way,
Yeah,
I was gonna ask
Through
you the
pop
same
culture,
thing as
we
well.
were having
I was
this
confused.
discussion. We were having a discussion before the stream started.
Yeah, because I was like checking like the tweet that you published, Suits, and I was like, that time looks different. You know, I'll Google it, and it just says 8 my time. I'm like, the hell is going on here? Nah, something is afoot here. And I was like, oh no, you have daylight savings.
That's right. FNT was on earlier as well.
Yeah,
that
but
caught me up.
here's the thing. I think we're going to have our daylight savings tomorrow. So that's going to make things even more. Is that going to make it revert back to?
Oh, I don't know.
Original? I have no idea. It's so confusing.
We are the Legion of Memers, not the Legion of Maths.
Oh, Legion of Daylight Savings, more like.
It should be.
Hail Zombie Box Reviews.
Yeah,
Just
man.
really quick, I want to thank Zombie Box Reviews for dropping the Stream Elements tip the other day. That was extremely generous of you. So thank you very
Zombie
much.
Box
mate.
Reviews, your legend. Nice one, man.
Fucking king, this man is.
Absolute legend. Did anyone catch the full Aussie earlier?
I was.
Yeah, of course I did. I was there, dude.
I know you was there. I know your memes were lit, man.
I did my best. It was on at 7 for me. But if you guys don't watch the full Aussie, that show is probably one of my favorite shows during the week. It's on every other week, right, Kenzo?
Yeah. Yes, every other Saturday.
And the great thing is Kenzo is actually doing animated shorts for them, and not like shorts as YouTube shorts, but like proper animation. Jason, you were saying how you were doing animation. You said on Adobe
Animate, yeah.
So Kenzo, I think you guys have a lot in common because Kenzo is doing animation all by hand. What program are you using, Kenzo?
I've just been using a couple of different ones just on iOS, but the one I'm using mainly at the moment is CaliPeg. It's just it's pixel based, and it has a drawing function in it, which I don't particularly use. I mainly use Procreate for my drawings, and then I'm using CaliPeg as my platform for arranging everything, basically.
Does anybody have a clip they can share of what you've done?
Oh yeah.
I put a video out on last week, which was just like the podcast format. I just set it out like the podcast that I was taking the audio from, and then just made it in animated form. And I put that one out on Monday, and then I also just put a little trailer out today, which is just a basic driving, just the characters in a car. And that was just a promo for the next episode. I'm new to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Want me to play your promo, or you want me to play the
Yeah. Play the promo, or you can play Gronkin on Dogs if you like, but that's got some strong language in it.
We like strong language. Though.
Yeah, well, it's not me, is it? It's them Aussie fellas.
Oh, that is really cool. Did you have audio turned on?
Yeah, there was sound. There was sound.
Excuse me, I am dumb.
Boomer.
I am a dumb.
God, you're not even drunk.
Nice.
I love the Canadian Bear, Jay and the Canadian Bear, Grant in the background.
It's the Australian wombat.
Australian
Right.
Wombat.
As long as it's not an emu, then you're safe.
So, Jason, what'd you think?
Nice. I think I've met those guys.
The
Very
full
good.
Aussie guys. Yeah, and I also did sort of like a short 4-minute episode of just some shenanigans, like from around the house. Yeah, but the other one I did, like I said, was just podcast format where I took a notable moment from the podcast and just captured it in animated form. But I'm using those sort of same characters to portray the guys. I've done some sort of designs for all of them. But it's been fun. It started off just as memeing, and then
They're taking those stupid Gundam characters and turning them into NFTs.
yeah, that one. Yeah,
I've watched it 3 times. I love it.
it has been fun bringing my doodles to life, man. I've been a doodler since as far as I can remember. I was always getting caught by the teacher doodling in my book rather than doing drawings. And they always used to say to me, "This isn't going to get you anywhere."
I would finish my test early, and then in the margins I'd start drawing stuff, and I got in trouble for that. So I'm right there with you. But I'll check it out. It looked cool.
I always got told by
Thanks,
my
man.
teachers I'm too gay.
Well, they went far wrong there, when they tell me.
You do have a tiny chair and brony sheets, so come on.
They aren't brony sheets. They are pink sheets with light blue elephants. That's my case.
It wasn't that they told him that. It was that they told him that in bed, and that's where it was weird.
Disavow.
no.
Disavow.
But yeah, so let's go. I wanted to talk about something. You guys all know Kanye West, right? Excuse me.
I don't
Uh,
know
Never
this
heard of him.
Kanye West. I
Is
know
he a
Ye.
is he a
Yeah,
singer?
Yay, Yeezy,
Singer's a
whatever.
very loose term.
Crazy dude. But apparently he likes Jews now.
Yeah, I heard this.
After watching 21 Jump Street.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's absolutely nuts, which is why I feel kind of bad always ripping on him, because like it's no fun when somebody is somebody actually has a problem. So he says, watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individual and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semite knowing Jesus was Jew. Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you. Jonah,
Redemption arc right there.
I don't know what to make of that.
All right, we're gonna clap.
So I don't know. So was he the crazy guy on the park bench before he became famous and wealthy, or did this happen as he continued
I
his
think
journey?
the Kardashians did it to him.
I think he just snapped from being around the Kardashians. Personally.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
sure. Like, is he like
You can
dyslexic?
saw his-
Or, I can't remember. It was something.
He wore that black mask
Is
in
that-
Daily Wire.
I remember when New Orleans flooded and he was on the stage with Mike Myers, and I remember when he walked out when Taylor Swift was getting her award.
Yeah,
It was like the only and I don't know, I can't remember if those were like near each other or spread out in time, but I don't know anything. I mean, I know who he is, but I haven't heard any of his music or anything like that, so I don't know.
Is it like
I
the
mean, his
George?
music is good. I mean, most of it's fantastic, and there's a
He's a
reason
good producer.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he's at the top, but like, he's also legitimately insane.
Yeah,
I think he's
special
been
needs.
insane his whole life. He's
Actually, I think it was the Love Guru that did it. That when that movie bombed and he was cameoed in it, that's what made him go crazy.
Kiss of death. Kiss of death.
haven't seen Love.
But
Guru.
yeah, I don't know. I kind of have like a non-opinion on him because he's nuts. So I mean, what are you going to say about a crazy person?
he
besides
likes
what's
your
funny?
people now.
I stand
Oh
with
yeah,
Rhino.
that's great.
It's crazy.
Until like at least he's another bad movie, and then he's gonna get.
All it took was Jonah Hill. Okay,
What?
all it took was Jonah Hill.
What if
Jonah Hill
what
is
if it
fantastic.
was Seth
Was it
Rogen?
Hmm?
What if
Oh,
Kanye
Jesus.
West loves Seth Rogen?
I can't stand him.
Yeah.
I think I froze.
mean,
You
he's
froze?
Jewish.
I know. Unfortunately,
Technical
he's Jewish.
difficulties today.
That's not why I can't stand him, just for the
What's up?
record.
Yeah.
And
I don't like Seth Rogen for many reasons. Being
That's
Jewish
his
ain't
like.
one of them.
No, that's his like personality. Like he goes up to you and he asks you, "Are you Jewish?"
When
And
he
if you're
asks-
not, he'll leave you alone.
Oh no! Come
I
on,
think-
Kanye.
he's back, guys. He's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think my internet popped
He's
out for a
back?
second. What happened? What happened?
No,
we're
we just
talking about
we just-
Seth Rogen.
we
Derby,
talked about our
was
final
telling us
solution.
why you don't like Jews.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
Listen,
go
Adam.
on, Jeremy.
Listen, my grandfather died in the Holocaust. He fell off a guard tower.
But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up because Kanye's a freaking crazy man, and I don't trust a word that comes out of that man's mouth.
He could be
Um,
honest. Like
You should
that's what
fire
makes
his
it even
jaw
more
shut
crazy.
again.
I believe him. That's the
Wait,
thing. I believe what he's saying in that tweet, that he's now de-radicalized.
Okay,
essentially.
you should have specified that a little bit. I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
you
yeah,
believe
yeah.
him in all of his crazy antics. Like you are agreeing with him. That's
Well,
where my
soon-
brain was going.
No.
He'll be the second coming of Christ pretty soon for Kanye.
Oh no.
Zombie Box Reviews, have you
Jesus.
guys read the recent article from Time about the Taliban hating their 9-to-5 jobs?
No, but I did see the tweet of them roasting Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, they apparently have a
freaking
Twitter
out.
account. I mean, it's weird. I stay away from that kind of
It-
crazy stuff. But
No
yeah.
It's disturbing and funny all at the same time.
Zombie Box Review says Seth is a bell end.
I
Certainly.
wonder what that
Yeah.
means. I wonder what does that mean.
I don't understand why Seth Rogen is famous either.
Well,
I
because
completely
he
agree.
has made some decent movies, but when you look back at them, you're like, were they really that good?
It was because he was riding Judd Apatow's peen for many,
Coattails,
many
yeah.
years.
He also has a very
Yeah.
unique laugh that you want to gouge your ears out.
Yeah, he's a one note character. Every
Uh-huh.
single character he plays is the same thing, and
It's
so
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Except for
he got
Superbad.
temporary famous.
Superbad's a different character than his normal run.
Not really.
Well, he wasn't
I
he
wouldn't
was a
say-
pot smoker. He was a cop. He was
Yeah,
a shit
but he
cop,
still
but
was
he
the
wasn't a pot
same.
smoker.
druggy
He still was
cop.
the same. Yeah, dumbass character.
I like him in Pineapple Express. I've never watched it. Have no interest in it. Yes, Heron. He did
Yeah.
throw his best friend under the bus.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, his best friend of long time. Oh, what was it?
James
Spider-Man?
Franco.
James
Franco.
Franco. He threw James Franco under the bus. Just
Mm.
really,
I'm pretty sure they were like best friends, weren't they?
yeah. They
James
were
Franco and Seth
co-producers a
Rogen.
lot. They worked
They,
in
them
tons of
were.
movies together.
Well, it's just like his
I did
opinion.
like Pineapple Express. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's just like his opinion on. He was all like validating. Oh, cancel culture. Well, it's consequence culture, and you, if you say something bad, in the future the rules change, you should be held accountable. I hate that. Pulling the like Crowder says, pulling the ladder up behind you.
Mm.
I did it. I made my money. I got my success, and now when you try to do it, I'm gonna sit there and chastise you and say you're bad because of it. He does that with all these people. He built his thing on being a pothead, being kind of womanizing and all this stuff, but then he's virtue signals and says, "Oh, that's wrong now. That's wrong now." So like, yeah, dude, you didn't feel that way, 4 years ago when you were making money doing that.
Well, I mean, it's just common practice. Your car broken into in LA. It happens
Yeah.
all the time.
He left me a knife.
If you've got friends when you're a teenager or in your early 20s and you drift apart or whatever, you don't disavow. I mean, you don't trash them. You part company, but you don't say that in retrospect they that person made the wrong choices or whatever, because you were right there next to them. So
Well, if I
Speaking-
was right there next to them, I think they made a wrong choice. I'd made a wrong choice. That's how you end up doing it.
yeah.
Speaking of wrong choices, Skirmitar, you want to tell us something, Jeremy?
Oh no.
Oh, not this again. Watch this. Thank
God.
God he can't do the lip motions. Thank Christ. That was a
I can do the-
disturbing video.
I can do the lip motions now. Actually, Kenzo can
Okay,
Oh, no.
confirm.
Oh,
Oh,
Is that
God.
is that
Yo, why are you
my
saying that
eyes.
on live stream, man? What
Oh,
happens
no.
between me and you in private is like.
is that Madonna in real life? Like,
Yes.
is the okay?
Yes, that is
I
Madonna.
don't know if that's real. That's
Madonna
Madonna in Clown World.
That's
Madonna
Madonna's
went
clown
on-
gas.
Expectation of Joe Biden eating his ice cream.
yeah.
Oh, did you hear what he said yesterday? He said,
What did he say?
I
No.
praise all the good choices or how far China's coming or something, and he's all, oh, I mean Canada. It's so like what, dude?
Freudian
Well,
slip.
not
Fletcher
a big
says how we
difference,
all
is
feel
there?
after seeing that.
No, they're
and
both the
Madonna.
same.
Let's see what else we got.
I have respect.
Oh, that's really nice. Wait, hold on. Am I shirtless next to a bunch of monkeys?
I'm just admiring that Kenzo and I
Everyone
get
has-
together.
Everyone has a picture of their family on their desk.
I like how you got the Superman in there. That's a nice touch.
Ooh.
Pour one out for my homie. Never forget Harambe, the real reason why Green Rocks wears a gorilla mask. and we got the most recent one from True Pop Culture. Darmy, you're probably having a bad day, aren't you?
Grumpy old vaping gamer actually improved it.
Do you have it? Share the screen
Yes,
if
I
you
do. Yes, I do. Sure. Grumpy did this.
He's
I've shared
going
my
Grumpy
screen.
did this so as to not take blame.
I didn't do it. Grumpy did this. Karen! I know she is working on family friendly content. This is more realistic than Amaranth.
We're talking about the Spartan phalanx for kids.
So, yeah, that was our little meme break. We do halfway through the show. If there are any other memes, look who enjoyed that one. That was our little meme break. We do halfway through the show. And then we get back to the other topics. And if there are more, we will definitely bring them up. Grumpy Old Gamer, I just saw you retweet that. I'm sorry I missed it. And now, how many of you guys saw Shazam?
I did.
I did.
What'd you
No,
think?
Unfortunately.
Superman?
Actually, did I watch Shazam? I think I've already forgotten it. Sorry, Soups.
Yeah, it's very forgettable.
Listen, John Wick's
Jason, you showed that you saw it. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, let me qualify that. I saw the first one, and so I didn't see the one that just came out. But I think they made a big mistake by bringing in like the whole Shazam family. And then the other thing is, I think they missed the whole point of Captain Marvel or Shazam, that it's a kid and as a superhero, and so they kept doing they're doing these formulaic superhero things, and they shouldn't. They should take it from a kid's point of view and make it different, right? Because otherwise you've just got a knockoff of Superman or whatever. And there's a great Grant Morrison story from about 5 years ago where Dr. Savannah is going to create an 8th day of the week, and he's going to make it a work day, not a weekend day. And so, what they should have done, they should have taken that story or something like that from the golden age. That's legit, like, because to a kid, like that's a legit threat, not someone taking over the world, but someone adding another day to the school week, right? That's visceral. That's from a kid's point of view. That's like the enemy. They should have done something like that, but instead they did like a traditional superhero movie. It's dime a dozen now. The market's crowded with those movies, and then they introduced the whole Shazam family, and suddenly it's like there's too many of these people running around. So I think they made a mistake with the first Shazam. It did better than this current one, but I'm not on board.
And let's see how the rest of the world felt about it. Shazam: Fury of the Gods earns 2 $8.35 million yesterday, an 80% decline from last Friday.
Ouch. Ouch.
So you are not the only one that probably felt that way. I'm sure a lot of people didn't see this movie.
This is worse than Ant-Man's drop off.
The thing is, the first Shazam was relatively cheap and managed to make a profit. They somehow went like, okay, let's just do another one and increase the budget. You have to take some kind of, you have to add something to it. They didn't add anything to, get people to see this film. And I think like a Black Adam, Dwayne The Rock Johnson would have gotten butts to seats to this film. But I think Black Adam wanted his own film, and I think Black Adam should have been the villain to this movie. I cannot say that more enough. It's like
I think
it's like not having Venom. It's like having Venom his own movie and essentially not getting him with Spider-Man. It's that annoying.
They should have introduced him in a Shazam movie.
Yeah.
That would have been the proper way to introduce the character, in my opinion. Now, apparently, Zachary Levi went on Instagram Live last night and just vented a whole bunch of stuff. So I haven't had a chance to see exactly what happened.
Exactly. He looks old.
Apparently, they did try and get Henry Cavill in the movie.
They try to do a lot.
So let's see what Zachary Levi said.
Wonderful people in these organizations and everyone within the Shazam production. For years, we have been doing everything we can to fight for you, the fans. Yes, even all of you fans that don't like me. All of you fans who love Henry Cavill, we tried desperately to get Henry Cavill in the first movie. He wasn't a headless Superman because we wanted him to be a headless Superman. We were thwarted. All of these hardworking people were thwarted. We were not allowed to have that happen, okay? That was not on us. That was not because we didn't want that to happen for you. Listen, guys, I am a comic nerd. I've been growing up with this stuff. I love all this stuff. I want to blow all of your minds with all the crossovers and all the goods. And trust me, it bummed me out greatly when we couldn't get Henry Cavill. I wanted him so bad in the first movie, and we couldn't get him. That was not because we didn't try. That was not because we chose not to have him there. That was not on wonderful people in these organizations.
I don't like how he's not.
I believe him.
I believe him, but at the same time, it's like it's everybody else's fault but our own.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. From the emotional
he's not a writer,
and the way he's talking, I think like he really wanted this and he really tried. From just looking at his body language, I think his frustration is really showing.
And not only that, he's not coming back. Let's be honest. After that video, I mean, I don't know about that guy.
No, he definitely sounded
I love
frustrated.
Zachary Levi, though.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Good actor. It's just
it's a shame that studios are going to be studios essentially. They don't. The thing is, what makes it stupider is this studio has no idea what they're doing. Essentially, like, oh, we're going to partially reboot. No, we're going to totally reboot and leave these movies to essentially a bomb, essentially, because we're doing reboot. These movies don't matter. So it's just it's all over the place.
The movies, the movie studios, they have focus groups, and I'm like, who are they talking to, right? Because how could they be surprised that they're making the same movie over and over again? They're not making movies that you could do a superhero movie, but do something different. Because right now it's gotten to the point where I don't go to see the Marvel movies in the theater. I just get them on DVD, but it feels like homework sometimes. And they're creating an atmosphere where instead of being like he said, mind-blowing or something new and something we haven't seen before, or a new take on something, or a new dilemma that the hero has to face they haven't faced before, they're not giving us that, and so it feels like homework. And then the other thing that's driving me nuts is the post-credit scenes. Those are making everything so lazy because it doesn't matter how bad the movie is. It's like, oh, what's the post-credit scene? Tell me about. I'm on the edge of my seat for the post-credit scene, and it's like that. That's just like that's like gravy on top of the entree. Who cares about the post-credit scene? So there's a lot of laziness, and I think they're definitely not listening to fans, because if they had fans in the focus group, this wouldn't be happening.
I can tell you this. I can tell you this about whatever focus groups they're doing. They're not picking actual comic book fans for these groups.
Or kids. You know, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to work out who they are actually aiming at. Like exactly what Jason said, it's become very formulaic, and it's just, you know, rubbish writing, typical superhero movie, and some agenda politics thrown in with it. I quite enjoyed the first Shazam movie, like, and I thought Zachary Levi was quite good in it. And again, what Jason said, it should have been a movie focused on Billy Batson, yeah, aimed at kids. And I thought in the first movie that like it was a quite believable dynamic from when Billy Batson the kid turned into Shazam. You know, like I was all, you know, on board with it, but this movie lacked that. Like from what I gather, and you know, they've lost touch with who they're trying to aim at.
We're at a point where all these comic book movies have been the same old stuff over and over again.
Mhm.
It's just we had enough of these comic book movies. It's time that we move on and explore something new, like do more fantasy or video game adaptations.
I don't
more
know.
comic-
No video games.
I think there's definitely potential in the market for good comic book movies.
Yeah.
I think
One
people
shots, you know.
aren't sick of comic book movies. They're sick of crap comic book movies.
Well,
Yeah.
I agree with Jason and with Kenzo. The bringing the family in really kind of destroyed the first one for me, because the fact is, a hero being something rare and unique is what makes them, like if Superman, if he's the last son of Krypton, right?
Yeah.
If you had 12 Superman come down at the same time, well, then what's special about Superman? And so
Superman,
that
yeah.
really messed up the first movie. So I wasn't big hype on the second one. And I also think like the writing's terrible in it. Everyone said so. I also think the villains really mess it up, because when you have a superhero that's based around power, you know, powerhouse like Superman, like Shazam, you want him against somebody who is, you know, formidable. At least
You
you
want
can
some
see him as
stakes.
formidable.
Yeah.
You want Black Adam.
Exactly. And instead we get an old lady, and I think ends up with Lucy Liu, isn't she the bad guy at the end or something?
Yeah.
Anyway, that just doesn't sell it to me. It doesn't sell it as, you know, who Shazam would be slugging it out with. And so I think they failed on that too.
Yeah, you know, it's frustrating because we definitely see the potential. Before these movies come out, we get to see a lot of the costumes and everything like that, and we're kind of hyped for some of it. So, for example, for a DC movie that's going to be coming out hopefully soon, the Blue Beetle costume. Now, the Blue Beetle costume, obviously, they're going to put like a whole bunch of, you know, CG effects and everything in there, but I think it's pretty good, and I do like Jaime Reyes as a character. Of course, Ted Kord was the first. But I mean, if they're going to be using this iteration, I don't think this is a bad suit. So I think the problem is I'm optimistic about, you know,
I have
effects,
some,
but not the story.
I have some disgruntles with the suit. I don't like the gray and black swirls that it has. But other than that, I do like the suit. I'm a huge Jaime Reyes fan. You can say all you want. I love Jaime Reyes. He was one of my favorite characters, and I like his story. I am worried what they're going to do with this movie, because they're not promoting it. They're not doing anything with it, and it's supposed to be coming out here in a few months.
In a few months?
It comes in August.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything really pushed about it.
So I think this offers, you know, the promise of something a little bit different, right? You've got a younger hero, and he's got this alien thing that he's kind of you know, is it a threat? Is it a parasite? It looks kind of, you know, it looks a little more spooky. So I think there's something potential there for a fresh story, a fresh take on superhero characters. So I'm going to give this a shot, but again, little concerned like about what you said.
The only problem I have with the suit is I hate the head proportion to the suit. Like when you see the original Iron Man, the suit and the head are perfectly proportioned, but you can see in this picture the helmet that they have on him looks a little bigger than the body. Looks a little off, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
But they could probably fix that in post. You know, they'll just shrink it down in the thing. But
or if they give us a good story, then you could just suspend all disbelief about the big head. You know.
Exactly.
But that's the problem, is they give us
Good
shit
story,
story and you have to pick the rest of the stuff apart. Like
What I'm secretly hoping happens is that they craft Blue Beetle so perfectly that you can just take it out of the current DCEU and then insert it into the DCU because they have a Booster Gold. Okay, I think that's a bad timing for to be in their Phase 1 area, whatever. But putting Jaime Reyes and Booster Gold together is the key. They work perfect together because they're both learning to be actual heroes by bouncing off each other. They're buddy cops. They're wonderful. So if they craft it right, you don't have to scrap that. You can just continue it on. Please do that. I want Booster Gold working with Jaime Reyes so badly. I know it's not good for the beginning, but it's something I really like.
Yeah, I'd like to see it on film.
So we have a very special guest coming on right now who's just getting done with his show. Mephisto, my man, how you doing, mate?
Hey, hi, everybody.
Hey, bud. How was the show?
It was great. It was awesome. Gary was there on time.
So for those of you who don't know, Mephisto has a channel called Mephisto Movie Review.
Mephisto's Movie Reviews, because I hate that name, but it is what it is.
Thank you very much. And he had Sheepsidian and Nerdrotic on his channel today. I was watching a little bit before this stream.
Yep.
And you guys were talking about Clockwork Orange, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, sir. Correct. That was awesome.
That is great. I'm happy
surprisingly, it is so current, is unfucking real. How you can literally tell the political map of today in 1971. Unreal.
Still trying to figure out why they were cameoed in the new Space Jam. That made absolutely
with LeBron.
Sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, there was
in the crowd of the game.
Yeah.
Well, we don't talk about.
How do you explain that one to your kids?
We don't talk about that movie.
I have the benefit of my mother actually takes my kids to watch all the movies that I fucking can't stand, because I can't stand the newer Pixar animation. I really dislike it, regardless of all the messaging and all that stuff. So she's being tasked to take them to all that stuff. So all the Minions stuff that I don't like, she takes them to see all the Pixar stuff, and she took them to see Space Jam. Then I had the pleasure of giving them the actual Space Jam. It's like I have seen my boys like, that's better. That's funnier. It's like, yes, son.
There's a better basketball player in it.
You were like, that's my son.
Yeah, I'm not keen on watching a movie with LeBron. I'm like, no.
No one was.
No.
The men's room says, "Hail, found y'all because of FNT." Well, hail to you, my friend. It's probably where we all found each other.
Pretty much.
Yep. Seeing the names in the chat. Yep.
Hail the fellowship.
Yeah, hail the fellowship, man. Without them, we would not be where we are today. So we really love you guys. So I did want to bring up another thing about DC, because we were just talking about DC movies with the Blue Beetle and everything. So Joker 2, have you guys heard anything about that?
It's going to be a musical with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I see this.
Oh, God.
I've seen this right before I went on the show. I've seen this picture. Like,
it's controversial.
You know what?
Thoughts,
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it either, to be fair.
I was about to say, this reminds me of a take on the animated series Batman. It's not full on, but they use the same color
scheme.
palette, which is red, white, and black.
I see.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Looks like a
The thing
version
is,
from
like, I remember. Do you guys remember when the first set photos of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker released?
Yeah.
I remember people not liking those whatsoever. Like, even I was critical of them. I was like, "What the hell is this? It just looks incredibly cheap."
I didn't like it.
But when I saw the movie, it grew on me, really, especially seeing Joaquin Phoenix as presenter. So what I would recommend is just to not look at the set photos. It's always going to look bad in set photos. I'll just wait until the film and reserve my judgment.
Well, True. I have a question for you, True. Do you think this looks like from that Batman comic, Batman White Knight, their version of Harley Quinn? Because it looks like that to me for some reason.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I see what you're getting at. That'd be a good question for Bug. I've only read like the first storyline of it. I haven't read it fully, unfortunately. But yeah, I can see where you could link in with that. Yeah, I'm very interested to see this movie. It'd be interesting to see what they thought of essentially, because Joker was essentially lightning in a bottle. So I don't know what they're going to add to it more. And it seems like they're taking risks, unlike Shazam 2. You know, it's going to be a musical. There's going to be some singing in there. That sounds bizarre, but they could pull it off. You never know.
Thanks to Zaslav.
Have you heard of? Is there going to be a hero like Batman in it as an confronting them, or is it just another kind of just the Joker and just the city?
I don't know.
I think it's just the Joker and just the city.
Yeah, because if we were to go off with like Bruce Wayne's parents were killed, so Bruce Wayne is still a kid. So even if there was a Batman in this world, he's still just a kid. Even if we were want some heroes in here, essentially.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance because I did love the first one, but it's just kind of hard to see them making a musical and connecting it to how dark and kind of the deep dive they did into kind of like the psyche of him in the first one. I just don't know how you get from something like that to a musical.
The only way that's going to work is if Danny Elfman does the music.
Well, here's the problem with like continuing the Joker story was you didn't know by the end of the movie, you didn't know if what you just saw was actually what happened. Because the whole point is he's in a mental institution. His mind's already breaking. Half the stuff you saw throughout the thing with the woman that he was attracted to didn't really even happen. So the whole point was you don't know. This is just a possibility of his origins. That's what makes the Joker so incredible is you don't know his origins. Doing a sequel means something has to be cemented.
Something has to be true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, they could be making it so like the Joker was in what was it, The Killing Joke, where it was just a different version every time.
Well, that's kind of what happened at the end of the Joker. It was just a possibility of what happened. When you do a sequel, though, you have to cement some things as being true and not. That's why, like, take Last of Us for a moment. Getting a little off trail, but at the end of Last of Us, you have a choice to either kill the doctors or not. Last of Us 2 cements that you did kill the doctors. When you have a choice like that you can do, you have to cement something within the sequel.
The thing is, like, we know that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker has done something to land in an asylum. So we know, like, the asylum thing. Okay, he has to be in an asylum. He can't have made it that up in his mind. And I think you don't have to essentially confirm anything being canon in the Joker, because he can just carry on essentially having delusions in this film. Is what I'm getting at.
Depending on what you take from the Joker movie, you could take him as an unreliable narrative. We actually covered it on the show about a year ago. You could just think about the entire movie as a movie that was played in Joker's head while he was talking to that lady at the end, right? And then he went so far off kilter, he literally murdered her and just walked out of the Arkham Asylum. And everything that you see in this movie, the whole Bruce Wayne angle, the whole thing with his mom, could have been a figment of his imagination. And they can literally use that in Joker 2. Because it's Todd Phillips.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
When he writes good, he writes real good.
Yeah, and he wrote this with Scott Silver again, so I'm sure it's not like there's new writers or anything like that. So I'm sure that they've put their best into it, essentially. after Warner Brothers essentially dumped a lot of cash onto them. Essentially,
Yeah.
I'm sure this has a higher budget than the first one. Definitely.
Oh yeah, they always do.
I think they should have limited their budget and
Hmm.
not do a full on, let's increase the budget to make more money. I
Yeah.
think they should work on a tight budget to make sure every time they're coming up with some sort of a problem, they don't just dump money on top of it to make it go away. It forces you to be more creative, thus
Exactly.
writing better, filming better, and doing a relatively better job, especially if it's a second movie, especially because you didn't plan on a second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is
these are the lessons they should have been taught with Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Essentially, no, they spent more money.
No comment.
Essentially, exactly.
Mephisto, have you seen it? The Fury of the Gods
No.
movie? Are you gonna see it?
Well,
I'm no. I will. I'll tell you what. I didn't plan on seeing Black Adam, and it literally came up on cable, so I watched it for free. I'm not in any hurry to watch all these films. Like I still haven't watched Thor: Love and Thunder. Definitely didn't watch The Eternals. Not gonna watch Wakanda Forever.
So Mephisto,
I've
is it
literally
beginning to
lost all faith.
Yeah, I'm out as well. I'm done with it.
Is it beginning to feel like homework? Like when these movies come out for you, is it beginning to feel like homework? Like whether or not you've got to watch them? And...
Yes, somewhat, but I'm not in a position where I have to watch this in order to review it to get views. I don't feel compelled to do anything of that sort. Perhaps in the future, but at the moment I don't see it. I mostly do what I like to do, which is exploring stuff from the past. I'm literally on one of the things I have on my channel is every Monday I do sort of a watch party like Twitch, where I put on a movie and I watch it. I try to watch it with the audience, whoever comes. I really don't care who comes. I just enjoy it and just talk while things are happening, if they're happening. And I've been on a tear of Star Trek and reappreciating and falling in love again with these with the trio with Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so enjoyable just putting it on and watching this. And you can tell I don't normally necessarily watch myself again, but I try to better the content and making sure it's somewhat entertaining, I guess. But yeah, you can literally go through it and you can see the fucking smile that sometimes I have.
Good. Is that the original series or the movies? What are you watching?
Movies. I do what I do is I put up a post at least a few days in advance. You can go to the channel and you can see the next movie I'm up in, the up and coming feature. I love using it because it's on the channel and it's there if you want it. I try to tell my audience, the very few that actually take the time and come and watch, I tell them, well, next week we're going to do this. And I put the thing up, I put the thumbnail up, and you can see what movie I'm going to watch. And all I ask is just grab a copy, a legal copy, either watch it through Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, whatever you've got, wherever you live, because sometimes it's different regions. Because you don't, not necessarily the US, but it could be the UK, Germany, even I've looked at my analytics, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, India. And I was like, that really, people really from those areas? You think, fuck yeah, people want this type of content. Okay, let's give it to them. And they just watch. They don't say anything. They just sit there and watch. And the watch party on YouTube is very different to the one on Twitch, where on Twitch, if you have Prime, you're literally watching it with your favorite streamer. You don't have to go out of your way to grab a copy or get, a streaming service. But for me, I'll sometimes put in a link a safe link to somewhere that you can watch with me if you not necessarily have a copy. And by the way, I do check that those links are safe because I work at a university, and in my university, there's a very heavy firewall. So if the link is not legit, it literally, I can't use it. So I check it every single week. And if I can use it on a pinned comment, I will pin comment in. You can jump with me. And I always have, I don't have it right now set up, but I literally have in the camera, I'm pointing here, but on this side here, I have a timer. So if you come in late, let's say you've missed the first 10 minutes because whatever, life, right? First 10 minutes, you can literally go back and adjust your movie to my specific time. And you can literally follow with me in case you missed it. And for VOD watchers, if you're watching like months ahead.
Cool.
That's really cool.
My whole shtick, my whole shtick is future. The future is the past.
Yep.
That is in future. Yeah. That is in future. It is the year 2000.
Yeah.
Reject modernity. Embrace.
Have you ever seen Fellini's Satyricon? The movie Satyricon by Federico Fellini.
High school.
Okay. All right.
I was in film class for 3 years. That was my major. I've seen a bunch of movies that I don't remember. I said Dinner for 8 by Fellini. Dinner at 8. One of those. I've seen it at least 3 or 4 Fellinis. Akira Kurosawa. John Cassavetes, a bunch of like more of the artiste type of filmmakers that Jean-Luc, not Godard. Godard. Jean-Luc Godard. A bunch of those films. So the sort of French type impressionists, not impressionists.
New wave,
realistics of the 60s, sort of that sort of movement. So that's my background. I don't necessarily gravitate to those movies, but I do find the time to watch a lot of stuff that has been cast. It's been cast aside. An example of that is like a month and a half ago, me and my wife watched Cool Hand Luke from Paul Newman. You watch it today. It's aside from the fact that it's a different time, it's super relevant. It's very relevant in terms of the themes that you got there, how people are getting treated, the fight for freedom. It's all relevant, and how much you can take, how much people can push you around, and how much you can take. It's really good. And to be honest, it's not the same movie, but you watch that and you watch Rocky, the original Rocky, and it's the same thing. How much can you take until you break?
Cool.
Bit philosophical.
It's super deep.
That's deep for the Legion
sure.
stream.
A lot of these old movies, a lot of these old movies are probably the better way to go nowadays if you want to be entertained and actually, enjoy.
I mean, if it's not your bag, baby, there's always lots of stuff that you can watch that is really in your wheelhouse. If you like sci-fi, tons of sci-fi, old sci-fi, new sci-fi, fantasy. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 60s, 70s, 80s. It could be the 2000s. Literally, Lord of the Rings is 25 years old, right? Or 20 years old, sorry. It holds up as a fantasy movie. You can watch tons of fantasy. Old Willow is fantastic.
Legend.
It's fantastic. And you see the new Willow, it's like, okay, I guess the past is my future, because if you're disillusioned from anything that you watch today, I know some things are turning around. But there are so much stuff that you can watch. You can give your kids to watch. I literally watched like the Indiana Jones trilogy with my kids. They're 8 and they're 9 and 12 almost, and they loved it and they got it. I didn't even want to subject them to the Crystal Skull, so I just left it at that trilogy.
Good job, you're a good dad.
I kind of denied that movie exists, but did you guys watch the new teaser trailer for Back to the Future 4?
Oh
What?
God, are they?
What?
Did
Seriously?
you know?
What?
It
No.
dropped like a couple of hours ago. It dropped
No,
No,
way.
I
20
haven't.
minutes before I started
No.
my show.
You might be talking about
Yeah.
the theater thing,
I think
because I'm pretty sure the director said, "Over my dead body, are you gonna get another movie on?" Essentially.
I literally
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
a documentary this week about that. How when they were making the movie, they were like, "No, we're not doing a 4. No
Yeah,
way."
Robert Zemeckis said as long as he's alive, he won't let them do anything with the Back to the Future franchise
Thank
as far as
God.
movies.
Okay, because
He said
I
there's
think-
no
I
more
think-
story to tell.
is pretty legit.
I think it's a play though.
It is in the private chat.
Holy crap! I actually just went into YouTube and just typed in Back to the Future 4. This is literally the first time I've seen it where they did an independent fact check on a search in YouTube.
Really? What was the advisory? What are they saying?
Let me just see this.
Concept.
Careful. No. No, that's not a concept. That seems very legit.
Wow.
What I wanted for Indiana Jones 4 was I wanted Indiana Jones to be on an excavation like in Tibet when the Chinese came in, and like his mission is to get the Dalai Lama out of Tibet before the Chinese get him. I think that would have been, something like that would have been a better fourth Indiana Jones.
It's
Okay,
I don't know what
let's EFAP this and see what it is.
Oh.
If time travel were possible.
Oh, actually, you know what? I think you may be right.
It says
Well,
concept.
they were working on at least a
Sure, this
script.
isn't a fan fiction video.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's made by somebody. Looks like they take
Yeah.
It's fan made.
It's fan made. Are you sure?
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean, I've seen the whole thing. It looks pretty.
Some
pretty
scenes
legit.
are from
There's
the
lots
what's
of
it called?
CGI that I expected happen.
Wait. Skip it to where was it? What was it?
About a minute in.
No, there was a certain scene in here that I recognize. Yeah,
There.
skip it at 108, around somewhere, or 106. Those are scenes from that Warner Brothers movie about the video games. What's it called?
Ready
Crap, I
Player
forgot it,
One?
the VR goggles.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yeah, that's footage from Ready Player One. Skip it. Yeah, where
Oh,
he's turning
yeah.
and
Yeah.
diving underneath.
Yeah,
the
slides
you
under
go.
the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan made. Huh.
Okay, they got me though.
Well, I said,
Yeah.
I shared my screen, Rocks, so you can see what I was talking about.
It is convincing though. If I didn't see it, like
Fact check.
Yeah,
Check my Snopes 3 weeks ago. Will Back to the Future 4 be coming out in 2023? Claim this is to be released in 2023. Rating false. I've never seen a fact check on a search on YouTube before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Zemeckis.
It happens.
Zemeckis has said point blank, as long as he's alive, he will not let anyone remake or do sequels. Which
Good.
more creators need to do that.
Should be left alone.
Back to the Future
Good.
4 is the just watch the ride movie from
Hmm.
back from Universal Studios.
this should have been the same thing with Indiana
Mephisto,
Jones
you got
as
a
well.
bunch of memers in here. We do everything by scenes. Of course, we would recognize the Ready
Yeah,
Player One scene.
That's the whole thing with the superhero thing.
We don't know
See,
movies.
this is
We
why I'm
know
a bad
specific
memer then.
questions.
You got the timestamps down. You know your business.
Enhance.
Sun Tzu's Ghost says he just got the fact check as well. So I guess
Okay.
it's not like a singular thing.
Oh.
But
I've never
it-
seen that
it's-
before when I
you know,
searched something on YouTube.
I have.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. I think that's a first for all of us.
I've
I
seen
wonder
it
if they're
before
going to start
when
doing.
I dive into politics.
Well, that would
Like,
make
I see
sense.
the
'cause
disclaimer
Google and
on the
politics.
videos, but not
No,
on the actual search.
I've seen during times that we're not going to get into. Yes, that I've seen them actually do those.
It could be AI. There could be a new AI that's checking for that kind of stuff. And I can tell you, I am not looking forward to the day when I've got an AI doctor and I have to argue with him about the food pyramid and carbs and stuff like that. So if you thought the COVID, the recent history of the COVID and the medical industry was bad, just wait till there's an AI as your primary doctor.
And then we'll enter the Terminator age, where everything will be taken over by AI.
Pretty much.
All I
Pretty
hear
much.
is bigotry.
So, Jason, before we wrap up, I did want you to let the world know again about what you're doing for your for the Indiegogo. So, would you mind just going over it again?
Sure. Yep. So I'm Jason Sandberg, and on March 30th, the campaign for Jupiter issue 1 is going to launch on Indiegogo. As you can see here, I've got my proof right here. The book is 95% done. So if you back Jupiter, it's going to fulfill before 4th of July. It'll print and ship in June. And the first 100 backers are going to receive a honorary genuine non-prize, not to be confused with a no prize from Marvel Comics. This is a non-prize, much better, much cooler. So go check out my Twitter. Go check out the Indiegogo campaign. I think the link is in the chat. This is a 40-page full-color book. It's only going to be $10. It is life-affirming, creative. It's going to give you something you don't find anywhere else. It's the ground floor of a new superhero universe. So go check it out, please.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Do it. Thank you.
And remember to keep, support those of people in this community who are trying to create good content out there, because we want them to succeed, because that way we'll get more good content out there. And hi, Mr. Dermy Wormy. You want to tell me what's going on?
Smash.
What? Have you
There
got
we're in.
Man,
Why are you
Cat
doing
Griffins
this to
let
Chris
herself
on her
go.
birthday? That's what I want to know.
Oh crap! I forgot about that. Well, I got my little. Okay, my camera's reversed, so give me.
You got your
I got
little
my
what?
Ryan. I got my Joe Biden wondering what the heck's going on. I got Big Abby Pump. I got Krista, and I got my personal favorite picture of Pedro down there crying.
So other than Krista, you're surrounded by dudes, and I'm including Abby.
Careful there. You don't. Careful there.
I'm just stepping.
You don't want the entire nation of Chile after you. Be careful with that Pedro picture.
Pedro's a crying weirdo.
Pedro's best picture to date is him with a squashed face on Game of Thrones. Done.
And before we head out, there are a few more memes. Just so you know, True Pop Culture, one of them I'm not going to show on stream just because the symbology of something.
I knew you would.
But
I know
so
exactly
just a heads
which
up on. Just a heads up on that one. But here is one by Release the McCracken. I cannot play the music because we're going to get claimed or struck or whatever the hell you want to call it. And
don't do it to me.
Do you want us to sing the song again?
Yes, sing the
No.
song again. There are CJP. There are no words, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, but you guys couldn't carry a tune in a leaky bucket.
Okay, so I just
We
need you
smashed
guys
it
to
last
go
time.
la 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 through the whole thing.
La,
All right, ready
la,
in
la,
3,
la.
2, 1, go.
With the
La,
banana
la,
splits.
la, 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 la,
There you
la,
go.
la, 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 la.
Take that, YouTube.
Why did you go to the?
I missed that reference with Heron of Alexandria, I think.
Enhance.
Dermy?
Huh?
Dermy, you want to explain?
The Heron? Heron is a lovely individual that I
Simp for.
simp for on Twitter.
Making sure we're clear on the terminology.
Yes, I'm proud of it. I will not deny. I will not deny.
Have you shown the other one?
Which one?
With
him crying in the corner.
With Dermy saying no.
Yes, we showed that one.
Yeah, we showed that.
Okay.
You should show Clouds from last
No.
night.
That.
Oh, that was so good.
So on that note, we'll be wrapping up. Oculus, do you want to give us your outro? Let us know what you're working on, where people can find you.
You can find me on Twitter. I can just post like memes like surrounding Friday Night Tights and just do other sorts of random retweets and other sources. But yeah, go follow me on Twitter.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Kenzo, are you coming out with new stuff this week, or is it gonna be next week, or the week after?
No. I'm currently working on episode 2 of the full Aussie animated. You can find that on my YouTube channel and follow me on my Twitter. They're both Art by Kenzo. And yeah, the next episode's not out till April 22nd. So that's 4 weeks from today. Yeah, and we've got Mr. Grant Gregory, Raging Rhino, and My Nerdy Home Steph being introduced. So yeah,
awesome.
I can't wait for you all to see that. And in between, I'll probably have a few little animated skits that I'm bringing out.
Yeah,
Mephisto, have you seen any of Kenzo's animated things for the full Aussie?
I barely have time to watch things for myself. No, I'm sorry, but I will check it out.
No
for
worries.
sure.
I'll DM them to you.
I will.
I'll DM them to you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so funny. So funny.
You know me. I enjoy the fucking memes. I'm howling.
That's it. I'm just trying to put out some stupid little animated skits just to put a smile on people's face, man. That's all it is.
Man.
You know?
Go for it.
Rock it.
My dude. Levity, happiness, joy, fun, and making fun of people are all tied in together.
That's it.
Brother.
Yeah, and that's
NFTs.
That's it, and that's the blessing of working with the full Aussie guys, because they're quick to make fun of themselves. You know, like they're always up for the joke, man, and that's what it's all about for me. They're a pleasure to work with, and I can't wait to show you guys all the crazy stuff that we've got planned.
Yeah, all about the bands.
Yeah, I enjoy every other Saturday. I wake up early and I watch the full Aussie and I laugh my ass off. It's a hella good time. If you haven't seen the full Aussie before, I highly recommend it. Go subscribe to the full Aussie channel.
Especially even if you just come to see Skirmitar's intros, man, like they are something else.
They are great because I always die in them.
The Kenny.
True pop culture.
There's an incentive.
Yeah, right. True pop.
Yeah. My on Twitter is @TrueCulture7 if you'd like to follow me there. I also have a YouTube channel, True Pop Culture 7. You can find my John Wick review, a la Critical Drinker style, on there. Quick thoughts, 4 minutes long. Do check it out if you really enjoyed the movie. Upcoming memes in the future. Of what I do not yet know, but I'll get something cooked up in this month or the other.
Awesome, man. Awesome. We can't wait to see. I always enjoy watching people's progress and enjoying the Legion's work. It's some of my favorite things to do during the week. Horny Alf, do you have any projects coming up or anything you want to pitch?
Not at the moment. I actually didn't think I was going to be able to stay the solo stream, but I was able to multitask. I was painting a wall in my son's room while I was hopping in for commentary here and there. So, yeah, you can catch me on Twitter, dropping memes, dropping tweets about pop culture and whatnot. You can find me also tonight on Vets Talking at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then you can find me on streams throughout the week. So
awesome, man. Thank you. Devil made me do it.
Devil made me do it. Nalik3 on the Twitter. If you like memes, check it out. Happy to be here. Fun show today, guys. And
yeah, Clinton was saying, great stream. You guys are hitting your stride, and thanks, Jason Sandberg as well. Awesome. I'm glad to hear the feedback from you guys. After the stream, if you're watching this on the after stream, make sure you leave some comments down below, and it does really help the channel. So I appreciate all of you who are watching on the after stream. Dermy Wormy.
Hi, I'm Dermy Wormy of Legion of Memers and all sorts of other fun stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Prior to the show, I was having internet issues, and I put out a new video of all about Victoria Alonso and some of her and fun times in Woke on Woke Crime. I love it. I love it a lot. People were assuming I was drunk after Ballbusters last night. Go check that out. I have it in the playlist. I unlist them, but you can always find them in the playlist. Degenerate as all hell. Got super drunk. CJP was Camelot all night long. It was
I fell asleep at the end of the stream, so I didn't get to do an outro.
We did an outro for you. Yep. You passed out. You were muted. It was interesting. It was an interesting time last night. I think CJP, Devil, and Alf can all attest. It was.
Many balls were busted.
It was just a weird stream overall, but it was a lot of fun.
I was drunk. Anyways, tonight I will be over on Skinamax and everything. Then throughout the week, I'll have 2, maybe 3 videos here or there. For the most part, I'm going to be continuing to play Conan Exiles because that game's freaking addictive. And like I say every time.
Is that your first time playing Conan Exiles?
Yes.
It's not a new game, by the way, Demi.
570 hours in that game, and I haven't done any of the new content.
No, it's not a new game. They just had Chapter 3 come out recently, True Pop, and because of a lot of people are getting into it. I'm playing with the Renaissance Nerd, Mustang, my buddy Silver. We have an open server. It's not cross-platform. That's the downside, but if you get with me, we might be able to get you on our server, 15 people total. And whenever I talk about this, I always have to point out we have a tall, sexy, big-breasted, red-headed woman that loves man meat. So come check it out. The man meat is an innuendo.
CJP, do you have any projects coming up or anything like that?
So I've got an original track I'll be dropping here in the next, it's probably tomorrow actually when I drop that. And then I've got to actually do the individual videos from my original GoldenEye album I've got to put out as well. So I'll be trickling those out as we go through. But yeah, I just hit 3K on the complete Bond theme watch collection. So cool. Yeah, if you want some good GoldenEye music, go check my channel out. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays and normally Saturday nights, I'm over on Etepokuian's, the place to be reviews for Going In Raw, Holy Shit News, and Saturday Night's Main Event.
Awesome, man. I love how busy you guys are. It makes me very happy. Mephisto, the late comer to the stream because he was streaming with Nerdrotic Sheepsidian on his channel talking about the Clockwork Orange. You want to let the people know where they can find that?
Yeah, just check me out on Mephisto. Just do @Mephisto on YouTube and @Mephisto everywhere else. Maybe except for Instagram, where I don't actually check it, but it's Mephisto79. Just to know my fucking age. Yeah, just enjoy content. I've talked enough. So I'm good. Just check it. I'm just saying. Look, on the podcast that we do every Saturday. We pick a movie, we tell our audience to go and watch it. Hopefully they go and watch it, and then we talk about it the following week. And you can go back, we've got 90 plus episodes. Just pick a movie that we might have covered and go back and watch it. It's there. It's an evergreen. I don't think I'll change my mind that much, but we covered like movies from all over the place. We did Hitchcock month, and we just finished Kubrick month. We did, I don't know, horror month whenever we did October. So we did like a year ago and 2 years ago. It's been going good.
I think it's great that you're curating classic movies. That's a great idea. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thanks.
Jason, do you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm most active on Twitter. So just, I think it's been in the chat here. So add Jason_Sandberg on Twitter. That's where I'm the most active, because obviously it's the freest platform at this point. And thank you, Elon Musk, for that. And then just look at, I've got a pinned tweet, leads to the Indiegogo campaign, launches March 30th, and it'll be the book will be fulfilling this summer. So please go check it out. And I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome, man. Thank you, man. And we can't wait to see where the future takes you, because some of that artwork really made me just smile just by looking at it. Even though I haven't read it, it just made me smile just by looking at it. So I really do appreciate your work, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, mate. And I am Superman. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers. You can catch us every Saturday here on the Legion of Memers channel on YouTube, which you're watching, or on Odyssey as well. We are working on bringing more shows and more content for you. So if you could just do me a favor, if you guys want shows throughout the week, let me know who you want to be on by hashtagging Legion of Memers and tagging myself in there, and I will try and reach out to them, and hopefully we will start doing more Tuesday shows like the one we did with Chrissy Mayer. If you are a content creator, because this is very important, if you are a content creator, please reach out to me. And if you're willing to share some of the processes used to make videos, I want to have you on some of these shows, because I want the rest of the world to be able to do the same. So if you're willing to share, just contact me, and I'd be happy to have you on. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Juicy.
Sim Salabim.